Howdy, and welcome back to the Texas Bucket List. You know, there's nothing like starting your day with a hot cup of coffee. It simply warms your soul on any slow-moving morning. But if that cup of joe isn't enough to get you to face the day, a trip to the Sunshine House Coffee in Jourdanton certainly will, thanks to their commitment to kindness despite their heavy hearts. Just south of San Antonio, you'll find the community of Jourdanton. Situated smack dab between Pleasanton, Poteet, Charlotte, and Christine, Jourdanton is a hub for how things are going around Atascosa County. To find the most popular place to talk about the day's events, just follow the rays of sunshine to the Sunshine House Coffee. Very fancy for Jourdanton. I mean, this is a, nice little coffee place here.
I'm really proud of how it turned out.
Audrey and Kevin McCleary are the couple that got things roasting on this coffee shop for the community. You much of a coffee guy?
No, sir. Never was up until recently, and then now come in and give me a cup of joe every so often, and that's about it on the way through.
I like it's mostly coffee flavored.
Yeah, it's basically like a dessert by the time we get done mixing mine.
With friends and neighbors pouring into this place to show their support, the reason Audrey, a former ER nurse, and Kevin created this place wasn't because they wanted to. It was because they needed to. What made you guys decide to do a coffee shop?
It is a hard story to tell, but it is our story. In 2017, both of our children were killed in a car accident. Our son was in 6th grade, he's 11, his name's Tanner, and then Madison was a senior, she had just turned 18. I'd actually already been in the ER that day at work and got a call from Kevin, who was one of the very first people on the scene. And so one of my coworkers drove me to the scene. So we were there at the scene of the accident. And so seeing someone do CPR on your children, thinking of going back to that in the ER was more than I wanted to do. And so when all your plans for what you had planned for your life change in an instant, you're left thinking, what do I do now?
Community support poured into Audrey and Kevin's life. I mean, how did y'all get through it?
You know, we leaned on each other a lot. I know a lot of couples kind of turn on each other or do the blame game. It was your fault, or I don't know. Instead of pushing us apart, it just drew us closer, I think.
Between us, religion, God, like I said, community and friends. That's the only way. If not, then I don't know how anybody would be able to do it, really.
To keep their memory alive, the Sunshine House Coffee was created. A chance to share in Madison and Tanner's love for the occasional stop at coffee shops across the Lone Star State, but also for something else.
Well, it's more than a fancy coffee shop. There's lots of towns that have fancy coffee shops. That's not what this is. This started as what I would call, I guess, the medicine that this community needed to heal.
It's just not about Audrey and Kevin, it's about the community. She's including everyone in this.
Audrey wanted to keep the memory of her children thriving through the community, so she created a movement based on caring for each other.
Our kids were amazingly kind kids. They're empathetic and never wanted anyone to be left out, and stood up for someone who's being bullied, and they were awesome. And so their legacy of kindness I wanted to keep. I had this crazy idea and to encourage people to do acts of kindness, purposeful acts of kindness, and then put the hashtag spread kindness for M&T, and so that we can see kind things being done in honor of our children. And it was just amazing how it took off here.
At the front door to the Sunshine House Coffee, you'll find a jar full of bright blue bracelets that serve as reminders of Madison and Tanner and encourage those acts of kindness.
There's so many acts of kindness done for strangers in their honor. And even, not only did it all over our community, but then all over Texas, the United States, and even the world. The
bracelets are common in this community. You can't go a day, if you look, you won't go a day without seeing someone wear it.
It's amazing, and to know that people are remembering your children and also perpetuating their kindness legacy. So that was amazing for us.
The healing didn't stop there. To help others who have lost a child, Audrey created a wall dedicated to the young souls who have left this earth and their families too soon. 51 names in all.
All parents who've lost children have an automatic bond because you're in the club that no one else wants to be in, you know. While difficult, it's rewarding as well because we all want to talk about our kids.
The legacy lives on with her kids, and she's not only included just her kids as evidenced by the wall outside. I mean, all the others that have lost children.
Through their faith, through their perseverance, and through their commitment to honor the memory of those kids, it has turned a tragic situation that they couldn't change into something that has had such an impact on so many lives.
Even though they was cut short on life, they did make an impact that people noticed, which was great.
That's all we could ask for.
Great.
And they still are.
Yeah, and they still are, which helps our hearts a lot.
Audrey and Kevin still have to drive past the scene of their children's accident every day. It's only half a mile from their house, but something at that home is about to change.
We thought about moving, but then you're moving away from where you have memories of them. So we haven't touched their rooms. They're exactly how they left them. But we actually, that's on our project list because starting tomorrow night, we start our foster parent training classes. So we're gonna be foster parents.
Talk about the ultimate act of kindness.
We hope.
Life is already too short. Madison and Tanner never got to experience the amazing journey of attending college, starting a career, or becoming a parent. But Audrey and Kevin did. And they'll do it again.
And we did tell them that we would take teenagers. Bratty, stinky teenagers.
Any advice for parents?
Love on those kids.
Squeeze them. Squeeze them.
The little moments
Videos.
turn out to be the big moments, and the moments you miss, the little things. So, yeah, take lots of pictures. Hug them every day.
No matter how bad it gets, it can always be worse. Don't know how bad they mess up.
That's right.
Wish somebody told my dad that in 1986.
Correct.
You'll see this whole community is pulled together.
The tragedy that was the loss of those kids had such a tragic impact on our community. This coffee shop has fixed that.
We love what we're doing here and hope other people learn about us and come see us and see what we're doing. We love that.